magical thing to get those kids to it. And I have found often I will be standing on my head trying to get some concept across, and I'll say, just play it louder. That works. Yeah. So in teaching the left hand, when we want to teach them balancing for Happy Farmer, I say this: loud, loud, soft, soft, loud, loud, soft, soft, and stop right there. Because if you go further, how are you going to say loud to the left hand and, and soft to the right hand? So their little marvelous brains, or big marvelous brains, whatever you're working with, when they get that idea of loud, loud, soft, soft, then you say, go ahead, start playing it for me again. And bless their little hearts, I don't think I've ever had anybody not do this. So much fun to have them have that triumph of doing that. Now, sometimes we need to have feathers and lead in one hand when we're balancing tones, octaves and things like that. So that's easy to do too. Whichever finger needs to be loud, and almost always it's the fifth finger. Not very often it's any other finger. So here's this little weak finger having to be the biggest, strongest finger on your hand. Well, that's fine. It's just lead tipped, and everything else is feathery. So sometimes I will do that, have them hold my hand with their fifth finger like that, and then I say, now wiggle your other fingers. They can all do a partner. It's easier to do it on somebody else's finger. Just hold the last joint of your fifth finger and hold it up enough so that your hand is sort of, your arm is dangling. Now wiggle your other fingers. You can do that. Here, let me help you. Okay, now hold on as if you're falling out of the building. Now wiggle your other fingers. Sure, you can do that. So that's feathers and lead in one hand. Here, Lava. Now, hold on as if you're going to fall out of the window. Now wiggle your other fingers. There, you can do that. That's feathers and lead. It's wonderful. Now, here's the teaching strategy for that. If you need to have this happen, you can break it apart. Now, this is this whole step-by-step thing. It really works. We want that. We don't want... Even octaves, even double forte has to be balanced. So the left hand is almost, I have almost a rule. Right hand, forte or double forte, left hand, quadruple piano, even with octaves. It sounds rich and full. This sounds terribly ugly, but we're all misled. And we all do it to start with because there's only one dynamic marking. If we could organize it in our own scores, we would have a marking for the melody line and a marking for the accompaniment. But we can't do it because it makes the page too cluttered. But every conscientious teacher and every conscientious student sees forte, so everything comes out. Everything is loud, but that's not the way you play it. Okay, but we don't even want... Now we want top note. Sorry. So you break it apart. You do the fifth finger only, as loud as possible. And then you play the inner notes. So that's far enough. Anyway. Then you do it broken. Loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft. Okay, now we want to put it together, but still they may not have the sound in their ears, so mostly this is a step that I demonstrate for them because it's usually too confusing for the kids. I don't want to get them all mixed up, so we do... So I play it with the two hands so that the right hand is really banging it out and the left hand is soft. And at this point, if you're teaching them this technique, you're not going for beauty of sound. What you want is separation of sound. So as loud as possible and as soft as possible. Then when you put it together, and no matter what the interval is, it's the same idea, that you turn the hand almost a little bit so that the finger that is going to be playing the note that needs to be the loudest almost comes down ahead of the others, so that the thumb can't play loud because the hand is turned sufficiently for it. So now I'm going to listen to it. I'm just going to listen for it. If I don't put hands together, I can't get it right.
Beautiful.
And after a while, it becomes automatic. And I had a delightful conversation with my son one day, and I think, you know, Lloyd, it's sort of amazing when I want to do this. I just think it, and it happens. And I sort of almost hear the eyes rolling at the other end of the phone. Well, Mom, that's called intention. Everybody knows that. How come you didn't know that, Mom? Never mind. Okay, so that's the second step. The third step is analyzing the score, finding out where the climax note is of the piece. Like Rachmaninoff, they said he knew which was the most important note of any piece. And I thought, I'll never be able to figure out that. I'm not a genius like Rachmaninoff. Yes, I have. I know how to do that now, and it's really fun. And then we analyze the score,